Well, considering how many of them serve in the military, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that, Bubba. And in the meantime, hey there, Nate. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, I need around the corner because this guy's blocking. So, let's go ahead and speak with Julius again to take on our next level 83 main story quest entitled No Good Deed. Now that the fire is burned out, Julius is ready to move on. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search just outside the park. Alright, lead on. Away we go. Yeah, it's not that far. Alright, Julius. As you can see, this place is littered with the remnants of various types of war machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time. That time being now. Rather than prise them apart piece by piece, it will be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. It sounds dangerous. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise that you stand well clear to avoid being hit by ionic shrapnel. Before even bothering though, you should check the machina's ceruleum gauge to see if there's any left. It should still provide an accurate reading even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use an explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. And meanwhile, as for the twins... Understood. Let's get to work. And they're off. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, we'll start with the blatantly obvious. According to the ceruleum gauge, this unit's fuel tank is empty. So yeah, we get a forewarning beforehand. How about over here? How about over here, I said. The ceruleum gauge on this unit appears to have been broken, giving you no way to determine how much fuel its tank may hold. So let's wing it, I guess, if we have no way of clearly knowing. After successfully removing the war machina's outer casing and retrieving the ceruleum tank, you find it to be completely empty. Nuts. As for the stuff that's already out there, can't we just beat the crap out of it and deprive it of its ceruleum? I mean, it's worth a try, right? Yeah, there's no way to tell how much fuel is on this thing either. Let's find out. But also is completely empty, so since I was only given 2 tries, I have to go back. And I also have to... Yeah. Why can't we take the ceruleum off of you? Come on, game! I mean, this is blatantly obvious here. We have a fresh source of ceruleum hovering about, right for the taking. It'd be a crime to not use what's inside. But anyway, back to Julius. Need some more? Here. I have a fair amount of explosives to spare today, but tomorrow's another story. We can't afford to waste them on units with nothing to offer, so be sure to check the gauge first. Of course, as the gauge is damaged, it'll be up to you to make the call. Of course. Alright, so we know there's nothing in there. In fact, I should probably help out anyone around. And mark this as target to ignore. As in, don't put your trust in that particular tank. We have 2 more over here. There's no way to tell how much is in here, so let's give this one a shot. You retrieve the war machina's ceruleum tank to find that it's still half full, or half empty depending on one's perspective. Either way, Julius will be surely pleased by your discovery. Alright, we were successful. Yeah, he's probably looking around for more. Yeah, now that we found what we needed, our warning sign is gone. More explosives? Wait, is that what I think it is? Indeed. Here you go. You've done it again. Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alice and Alphino are faring. Yeah, so we'll chill out here, and while it seems like we are getting in Judas's good graces, is it actually amounting to anything? So as we wait for them to return, we're about to find out. As we chill out here on the road. Well, there they are. Chatting it up with Judas.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we?
Ah, hey there, Thancred. Using your shadow methods.
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
Have you been with us this entire time?
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of our scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside.
Do you want me to tell you about what happened? And what happened to Alphino and Alice?
When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place.
So you're obviously aware.
Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything.
Alright there, Thancred. Here's what you need to know.
The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up.
Yeah.
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
But what if they go too far with those demands?
With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
Yeah, you can see how sad I look.
They had not gone far.
Oh, hey there.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage.
And then what? Will you finally be forced to concede?
For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Alright then. Let's head on back. And so we've returned.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground.
That we did.
Brought back a king's ransom?
Not necessarily.
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all what I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Yeah, that perception is never gonna change, is it? Yeah, have we done nothing to earn your trust? Even keeping you alive?
It's a poor attempt at humor.
I don't even think that
In all
was an
honesty,
attempt.
I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
So what do we do?
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Ah, Legatus.
Lord Quintus!
Yeah, flip him off.
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
Why the... Oh, you want to make an attack on us? Yeah, they're shocked. Like, why?
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
Are you really questioning your
The
superior
time
officer?
for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're ready to start invading again. Yeah, even Alea is having a hard time staying warm.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
It won't be pretty, I can assure you.
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question.
So what's on your mind? You know, just looking at everyone who's having a hard go of it here.
Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
Or they can just keep invading. Oh, they're back. With armed soldiers.
Finished your war, Council?
Yeah, look of doubt in his face, but he can't look like that, right?
Alphino and Alea to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil.
Oh, that's the way of it, huh?
Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
Oh, great. Yeah, we're changing the conditions of our terms.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
We are savages, after all.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
Yeah, I'm not down with this. What did I notice? Oh god. He was like, don't make me do this.
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Yeah, do as he says. Yeah, nothing we can do to satisfy them. But you can tell he's really reluctant to do this.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, is it possible he now thinks of them as friends? We'll get you out soon, I promise. Yeah, I hope there's a good reason for this. Alphino and Alea will be fine, provided they do not resist. Yeah, sadly. So we'll take our experience on 1038 gil as a reward for seeing our friends getting carted off. Alright, let's go ahead because we still got more to do. Let's speak with Julius again to take on the next level 83 main story quest entitled Alea Iacta Est. Whatever that means. It's in Latin, so I don't know what it refers to. Once again, Julius has been entrusted with an unenviable task. You will accompany me back to your camp while I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there was something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to Legionnaires Marcellanius and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask for the Isle for further details, in those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. Alright. Also, hey there, Maximus Decimus Meridius. So, first, over to Octavia. What do you want with me? Yeah, she's like, piss off. Yeah, you're getting to do something good for your people. Ask the ill? So, Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage is a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty! And so away she goes. And now over to Marcellinus. You again. Yeah, me again. But hey, this is good news. Ask the ill, he said. So, that's to be the way of it. After all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it. For the glory of Garlemald! Alright, time to head on out. Oh, that's what it's supposed to be, apparently? Good on you to quickly use Google Translate. Alright, back outside to speak with Julius. Yeah, Mr. Kurobara has the same idea. Also, I'm being overwhelmed by my chocobo. Have you done as instructed? Yeah, their duties involve more than the transportation of supplies, don't they? Or maybe we should press him? Well, given that our friends are in prison, maybe not. Duty is rarely a simple thing. We have been given additional orders, though whether we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your contingent. You and I are in this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There is one other matter. A place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. Alright then. So we'll weave through here, get chased, that sort of thing. Yeah, you would think that Magitech machines would be more privy to pursuing me relentlessly without cease. But, not the case. Alright, so over here we go. And what will we find when we get there? So here's where Judas is chilling out. Hopefully we don't get attacked by the death machine. Julius lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay. Unable to move on. Wait here. Sure. Maybe we're looking at the house he grew up in? Let's find out. So as the snow falls on this night in Garlemald, is this home sweet home?
This is my home. Our home.
That's what I thought.
At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate.
So in other words, they're amongst those who have likely been brainwashed and maybe even dead.
When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to.
Yikes. Yeah, they turned so much that they tried to kill their own family, and he had to save himself. No doubt using his gunblade.
I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised.
And yet you never got the chance to fulfill it.
The Garlean flag bears a chain. The bonds between our countrymen.
And those you subjugated.
A red link at its center. The blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
Why are you asking me that? You are completely bereft of faith. Yeah, don't make
Sorry,
me ask.
Forget I spoke.
Yeah, don't make me try to answer a question I can't give an answer to.
We should go.
And so we're on our way. Meanwhile, over in the prison cell.
It's no use.
Wait, you're not thinking of a prison break, are you?
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Yeah, just chill out for a while on that cold steel. Yeah, trying to get comfortable somehow. I don't think we've ever seen the twins this close to each other, ever. And I do mean ever.
It's so cold.
Aww.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians.
Yeah, but he also suggested that we keep destroying ourselves.
United as one people. One race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
How so?
Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you.
Well, it's the opposite though. Not only are they always intervening, they're always invading.
And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance.
Yeah, definitely is not. And from what we've seen in the past.
I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined.
No kidding.
But it only spurs me onward. To find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
Whether or not you succeed. And so eventually we arrive at the camp. Make your demands.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
Well,
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
he's just not that kind of guy.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too.
Yeah, but someone likely has them in their grasp. And I think we may know who.
Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
Is what? Did we finally break the
You
evil
found
twin?
your own reason to fight.
Yeah, at long last.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all.
Yeah, first things first.
And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
You think he has it in him?
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know.
Yeah, strong-willed, too.
Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
As in, make it swollen or something? Never heard that term used before.
Thank you, Alisaie.
Yeah, now take your rest while you can. Oh, who goes there? Oh my. Estenian, you shouldn't be here. Unless something's happened to him. In the meantime... What's going on?
The scouts have secured Alisaie and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well.
Ha ha!
They report no casualties. Not for their party, nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
Yeah, you lose, sucker!
It would appear the situation has changed.
And the demands are off the table.
I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
And if you think you can run away from this there, Julius, remember, I'm standing behind your back. Give it up.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Even though we got our people back? Oh. Yeah, there's proposal number 2.
Ambush!
Yeah, if no deal, then this happens.
More are coming! Make ready!
We're under attack.
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return!
I didn't want to have to come to this, but you obviously leave no choice.
Stop! Both of you!
Why are we using a whirlwind to prevent an attack? Or, yeah, Arun, what are you doing?
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience.
In other words, they didn't come to help you there, Julius. Yeah, like, why should I believe
They
you?
explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
He probably doesn't believe her.
Lies! Every word!
Not surprised. Who among them
It
can
is the
vouch?
truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus.
I was about to ask, are there any from those particular legions who can vouch for what she's saying?
Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Keep attacking. Yeah, you ain't getting out of this one.
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision.
Yep, you have no choice but to finally stand down. In other words, you
The
officially
reft of
surrender.
hope, and now dignity.
But we can still fight, right?
I release you from your duty. All of you.
Yet they still flip him off. Sorry,
I
man.
take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united. Of peace and prosperity.
Yeah, by shooting massive cannons down people's throats. And threatening them if they stepped out of line.
We are ghosts, you and I. Memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
You're still gonna go down swinging? Or he'll just go over, pick up the pistol, and take his own life. Rather than quote-unquote surrendering, he's just gonna end it all. It's a shame we couldn't have had you come to our side to understand what we were trying to do, but I'm sorry to see you go.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
Oh, well, although we may do so, yeah, we've arrived in the
If
city.
there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
You'll never get that chance.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Yeah, the twins may be running. We're certainly taking our sweet time, but yeah, you're not gonna like what you see when you arrive. Always, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Andrew Markinson, United States Marine Corps. And so, sometime later, Lucia. Much and more has occurred since last we met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. You'll never get that chance. In the meantime, we'll take our experience and our 956 skill.